Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining this beautiful morning. Hope everyone must have a wonderful journey at the Bhajan Kutir of Sanatan Goswami in Brajdham. Also, I would like to welcome the newcomer who joined today, Jennifer Rao and Nidhi Gupta. Welcome, and we pray that Holy Name may give you strength to join every day and kindly give your kind association to all of us. So those spiritual warriors who joined today was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari, Ivy Gautam, Ravi Pipilya, Vrajeshwari Priya Mataji, Govinda Gita Devidasi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Shistastika Devidasi, Adi Gopal Prabhu, Amol and Smita Panchpande, Shitala Priya Devidasi, Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu, Prathamesh Prabhu, Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Saman Prabhu, Raga Bhakti Mataji, Sarvangi Shyam Devi Dasi and Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu. Haribol, she joined very early. Sugandh Raj Prabhu, Aradhana Devi Dasi, Janki Kan Prabhu, Lavanga Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarati Mataji, Shekhan Pankaj Gupta, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devidasi, Saraswati Devidasi, Sumitra Radha Mataji, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Missing Saloni, Raj Vinod Prabhu, Anand Vinodini Mataji, Priyanka Mataji. I don't know Rukmini Mataji joined or not today. Devi Murthy Devidasi, Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Ganga Devidasi, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Rajendra Prabhu, Abhay Prabhu, Shwedi Prabhu, Vijay Kesha Prabhu, Amal Atman Prabhu, Tulsi Priya Devidasi from Houston and from College Station, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Sarva Tarak Prabhu, Amal Nam Prabhu, Krita Lakshman Prabhu, Manuj Kapoor Prabhu, Kamal Priya Mataji, Karunamai Mataji, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Sukruti Devidasi, Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarshan Prabhu and Manjari. I didn't see Sundari Leela Mataji today, Haribol. Sarmista Sahi, Balaram Prabhu also joined early. Radha Vallabh Prabhu, wish him a very happy birthday. Rashakita Prabhu, Anand Radhika Mataji, Pitambar Priya Prabhu. I didn't see Advait Prabhu from Phoenix, Rajesh and Sweta, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Suchitra Mataji, Sri Kumar Prabhu joined very early today, Haribo. I didn't see Sumit Prabhu today. Saloni joined, Haribo. Kanta Mataji, Rashmi Mataji, Srinivas Charan Prabhu, Shrikant Survasi Prabhu, Nishan Sharma Prabhu joined before me one today. He must be there before 1:58 a.m. Haribo. Nitya Navli Devidasi, Neeraj and Silpi Srivastav, Prafulanandan Madhav Prabhu, Sripada Lalita Devidasi also joined their daughter Akshata Haribol. I didn't see Rupavati Kishori Mataji, Lekha Mataji, Thaneshwar Prabhu, Madan Mohan Khandu Prabhu. I didn't see Rupsi Mataji today, Haribol. Patita Pavan Prabhu. Also didn't see Hemangini Chauhan for a couple of days. He's missing. Ramapriya Prabhu, Ram Krishna Prabhu and Lata Mataji, Pragya Nagpal, Sakhi Saran Devidasi, Anita Saha, Bhavesh Pandya, Murli Gopal Prabhu. We miss Lal Gopal Prabhu today. Also Rupini Padma Devidasi, we miss. Sarvasakti Devidasi joined today, Haribol, Sneha Mataji, Arvind Prabhu, and Priyanka Mataji. I didn't see Rati Vilas Mataji today. Sankari Kaur Devidasi joined today. Haribol, welcome. I think those are the devotees who joined today. So let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Jaiva Dharma. Hare Krishna.
Jamuna puline kadamba kanane kiherinu sakiyaj Ami jamuna puline kadamba kanane kiherinu sakiyaj Shyama vamshidari mani manchopari Amar Shama Vamshidari Mani Manchopari Kare Lila Rasa Raja Kare Lila Rasa Raja Jamuna Puline Kadamba Kanane Kiherinu Saki Aja कृष्ण केली सुधा प्रस्रवण कृष्ण केली सुधा प्रस्रवण कृष्ण केली सुधा प्रस्रवण कृष्ण केली सुधा प्रस्रवण अष्टदलोपरि श्री राधा श्री हरि तारा अष्टदलोपरि श्री राधा श्री हरि अष्टदलोपरि श्री राधा श्री हरि अष्टसखी परिजान अष्टसखी परिजान जमुना पुलिने कादम्ब कानने किहेरिनु सखी आज सुगीत नर्तने सब सखी गणे तुषीचे युगलदाने तार सुगीत नर्तने सब सखी गणे तुषीचे युगलदाने ठाकुर कृष्ण लीला हेरी प्रकृति सुंदरी 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 विस्तारी छे शोभावाने विस्तारी छे शोभावाने जमुना पुलिने कादम्ब कानने किहेरिनु सखी आज ঘরে না যাইব বনে প্রবেশিব আমি ঘরে না যাইব বনে প্রবেশিব ও লীলা রসের তরে ঘরে না যাইব বনে প্রবেশিব ও লীলা রসের তরে ত্যাজি কুল লাজ বজ ব্রজ রাজ আমি ত্যাজি কুল লাজ বজ ব্রজ রাজ বিনোদ মিনতি করে বিনোদ মিনতি করে যমুনা পুলিনে कदम्ब कानने किहेरिनु सखी आज
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu or Saman Prabhu, who play a wonderful song. So we will be reading the Jaiva Dharma by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who also composed the songs that we heard. Very wonderful song. Before we read, we would like to offer our humble obeisances at the desk of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that whatever we read, we can understand and imbibe in our heart by his mercy. And maybe we will be able to put in our practical life. So we are reading, the question was, how should a devotee observe Hari Vasar? The ninth limb means Ekadasi. So we have read one paragraph about this Ekadasi. So I'm going to repeat that one paragraph. So we will continue from there. So Raghunath Das Babaji is replying, pure Ekadasi days are known as Harivasara. The impure Vidya Ekadasi days are not to be observed. When there is a Vidya Ekadasi, then the following day, known as Mahadvadasi, is to be observed. The process of observing Ekadasi vow is as the following. One should be celibate from the day prior to Ekadasi until the day after Ekadasi, that is 3 days on. On Ekadasi, one should fast fully, even giving up water. Also on the Ekadasi night, one should stay up to hear and chant. In the morning after Ekadasi, one should break one's fast during the specified time period. So we also do that. If the Ekadasi falls on Friday or Saturday, we are also chanting throughout the night. If you would like to join, you are most welcome. Ekadasi fasting means that one should not take even Mahaprasad. If someone is sick, there is Anukulya as a concession, that is one frugal, and the light meal may be taken according to the prescribed method described in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. In the passage starting at 927, Naktam Havisyayanam. After sunset, fruit, vegetables, milk, nuts, etc. can be eaten in exiguous quantity, but not grains. Vijaya. Why do the Dhatri, Mirobalan tree, and the people tree, etc., have a special worshipable status, as in the 10th limb? Raghunath Das Babaji replied, quote, the Skand Purana state, Aswata Tulasi Dhatri Go Bhumi Sura Vaisnavaha Pujitaha Prananata Dhayata Kshapayanti Nurdam Agam. All of one's sins are absolved if one worship, offer obeisances to, and meditate upon the sacred people, banyan, tulsi, and dhatri trees, and the cows, brahmanas, and Vaishnavas. As part of maintaining household life within the Varnashrama social system, the Vaidhi Bhakti devotee must worship, respect, and meditate upon the banyan, people, and other shade-giving trees, the datri and other fruit-bearing trees, tulsi, and other plants inspiring devotion, the cow and other universally beneficial animals, the brahmanas, who teach religion and maintain religious principles, and the Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, who purify the whole world. Vijaya is asking another question. Quote, kindly explain what is meant by avoiding the association of those who are materialistic or inimical to Sri Krishna and his devotees. The 11th limb. Raghunath Das Babaji. The growth of bhav intensify one's pure devotion to the Lord. As long as the devotee has not yet attained the stage of bhav, he has to shun the company of atheists and non-devotees. Sangha implies attachment. The various exchanges that take place in the course of one necessarily dealings with others are not Sangha. Sangha means to be attracted and attached to the companionship of a particular person. Thus, the company of those persons who are inimical to the Supreme Lord must be avoided strictly. Devotee embellished with bhav never feel the urge to associate with agnostics and atheists. However, especially for the neophyte in Vaidhi Bhakti, such company is very dangerous. Just as a dust storm or a heat wave can shrivel and dry up a creeper, similarly the creeper of bhakti is destroyed in the companies of non-believers. So we have to be extremely careful whom we associate. Vijay, what persons are considered inimical to Krishna? Raghunath Das Babaji replied, quote, there are 4 types of inimical non-believers: persons who have no devotion for Lord Sri Krishna, grossly materialistic persons, overtly attached to woman and wine, person whose hearts are poisoned by atheism and impersonalistic Mayavadi thoughts, and persons who are engrossed in fruitive activities. Their company has to be rejected. Vijaya. How can a devotee curb the desire to get many disciples and followers, as well as to initiate unworthy disciples? The 12th limb. Raghunath Das Babaji replied, quote, the insatiable greed for money drives some persons to collect many disciples. This is a serious fault. Increasing the number of disciples forces the person to initiate many unworthy and faithless candidates, thus committing a huge offense. Only sincere persons with actual Shraddha are fit to be initiated. Vijay Kumar asking the question, what is the meaning of ostensibly displaying external pomp and celebration, over endeavoring to construct costly temples and monasteries? The 13th limb. Babaji replied, quote, one should live simply and engage in devotional service to the Lord. One should not become attached to great pomps or to activities that require unnecessarily endeavor. Such endeavors will distract the heart of neophyte from the worship of the Lord. Vijay, what is giving up accumulating many books, quoting from and analyzing extensively from non-devotional sources? The 14th limb. Raghunath Das Babaji respond, quote, the scriptures are bottomless, soulless expanse. However, one should focus one's studies upon those spiritual subjects that interest one. Collect the relevant books and scrutinize them thoroughly. No one can master a subject if he reads bits and scrap haphazardly from myriads of literature. This is specifically relevant in the study of bhakti. Undivided attention when reading the bhakti literature can alone produce a comprehensive grasp of sabandha, which is indispensable for one's spiritual progress. My later realization is that even if we hear the class or if we read, but if after reading some pages, if we don't dwell on the subject matter, then that knowledge will not retain within our mind or heart. And my realization is, lately I hear the class even 4 or 5 times and see how much we can grasp. But unless and until we write down, then we will know how much information the person can give in 40 minutes of class, actually. Some of my spiritual master classes, when I hear and if I really like that, I need to remember 40 minutes of class, word to word. I write it. It took about 3.5 to 4 hours. A lot of absorption. And then we realize how wonderful, so many details that we miss when we hear the classes, unless we scrutinizingly hear very in a peaceful mind. But this is the way we have to absorb, I guess. I'm a dull-minded anyway, so I'm not an intelligent person, so I need to read many, many times, even the small classes. Furthermore, one should understand and explain the straightforward, direct meaning of the text. Too much analysis and extrapolations only lead to misconceptions. Vijaya, what is meant by not being miserly, neglectful, and capricious in ordinary material dealings? The 15th item. Raghunath Das Babaji, to maintain the body, it is necessary to procure proper food, shelter, and clothing. If these things are not available, one suffers. In addition, if one has acquired them and they are lost, one also suffers. When the devotee has so endured such reversals, he must not succumb to despair and anxiety. Rather, he should peacefully pray to the Supreme Lord and remember him with a steady heart. Yesterday also we read that, we should balance our life in such a way that we are not deprived of keeping our body and soul together, but at the same time, we should not accumulate more than necessary, because that will create later on the trouble for us. Vijaya, How may one overcome the numbing grip of sorrow, frustration, and distress? The 16th limb. Raghunath Das Babaji. How can the mind, dominated by lamentations, fear, anger, greed, envy, etc., meditate upon Sri Krishna? A devotee may become afflicted by lamentation and illusion because of the death of a family member, or become a covered desire remains unfulfilled. But he must not allow such feelings to paralyze and cripple him. It is natural to mourn the demise of a son, but one must quickly overcome such unhappiness by taking shelter of Sri Krishna and praying to him for solace and strength. In this way, a devotee must train himself to always remember the lotus feet of the Lord in all conditions. Vijay. The 17th limb is that one should not disrespect the devas and devis. Does this imply that they should be worshipped? Raghunath Das Babaji. The cultivation of single-minded devotion to Sri Krishna is most essential for the devotees. One must not worship the devas, considering them as separate and independent of the supreme control of Sri Krishna. Yet, in the presence of other person worshipping the devas, the Krishna bhaktas must not denigrate the devas. Every deva must be regarded as an elevated devotee of Krishna and an object of one reverence. But at the same time, one should remember that only Sri Krishna is worthy of worship by all the devas. Thus, for the Krishna Bhakta, Sri Krishna is the prime goal of all worship and meditation under all conditions. As long as unalloyed devotion has not blossomed, the heart and consciousness of the conditions jiva are not free from the influence of the material modes. Moreover, only person controlled by the three material modes would consider the worship of the devas as equivalent to the worship of Sri Krishna. Thus, the worship of different devas may be recommended to those persons whose consciousness is overpowered by the three material modes. A different deva according to that individual preference, which is dictated according to the particular influence of the material modes upon their consciousness. By these materially conditioned preferences, they are only eligible to worship the devas. And in their present condition, such worship is certainly good for them. And thus they should develop proper faith and endeavor to that particular worship. Therefore, a Krishna devotee should not show the slightest disregard to the object of their worship. By the mercy of the devas, this worshipper will eventually be purified of the contamination caused by the infection of the material modes. Vijaya. How may one stop being the cause of anxiety and disturbance to other living beings? The 18th limb, Raghunath Das Babaji. Sri Krishna is quickly pleased with person who out of compassion desist from causing pain and anxiety to other living entities. Daya, compassion, is the foremost Vaishnava quality. Vijaya. How can we stop committing Seva Aparad and Nama Aparad? The 19th limb. Raghunath Das Babaji. Seva Aparad is connected to deity worship, whereas Nama Aparad is related to Shuddha Bhakti and spiritual life in general. Both types of offenses are to be shunned very carefully. There are 32 Seva Aparad, beginning with riding in a palanquin into the Lord's temple and wearing shoes in the Lord's temple, and 10 Nama Aparad, beginning with blaspheming the devotees who have dedicated their lives to preaching the glories of the Lord. Vijay. A devotee should not tolerate that Krishna or the Vaishnavas are criticized. The 20th limb. Does these instructions imply that the devotee must counter immediately? Raghunath Das Babaji. Those who blaspheme Krishna and the Vaishnavas are non-believers and inimical to Krishna. This offensive attitude must not be tolerated for any reason. The devotee has to renounce such company strictly. Vijaya. Is there a particular connection between the first 20 limbs of bhakti and the remaining 44 limbs? Raghunath Das Babaji. The later 44 limbs are contained within the first 20 limbs. They are mentioned independently to highlight their significance and to help one understand them better. The 30 limbs from the 21st up to the 58th inclusive may be categorized under the banner of a Archana Marga, the process of deity worship. And the 21st limb to the place, the Vaishnava symbol upon the body. The symbol consists of 3 strands. Haribol? Somebody has unmuted. The later 44 limbs are contained within the first 20 limbs. They are mentioned independently to highlight their significance and to help one understand them better. The 30 limbs from the 21st up to the 50th inclusive may be categorized under the banner of Archana Marg, the process of deity worship. The 21st limb is to place the Vaishnava symbols upon the body. The symbols consist of 3 strands of tulsi beads upon the neck and tilak marking on 12 places of the body. The 22nd limb instructs the devotee to write the names of the Supreme Lord or the name of the Panchatattva upon the upper part of the body or upon the forehead with sandalwood paste or tilak. The 23rd limb is referred to in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.6.46. Toyo prabhukta swarga gandha vasa lankara charchita uchchista bhojino dasas tava mayam jayame mahi. Uddhava said, "My dear Krishna, simply by decorating ourselves with the garlands, fragrant oil, clothes and ornaments that you have already enjoyed, and by eating the remnants of your meals, we, your servant, will indeed conquer your illusory energy. So I think we should stop here. It's 6:54. We should be punctual. All these details is given wonderfully by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Spend so much time and energy to give us the literature that we can imbibe slowly and slowly. Those points will sink into our heart and mind, and then we will be able to follow. Once we will recognize the importance of following this, that will give us the impetus to strictly follow in our life. So, thank you very much for joining this beautiful morning. And always with those thoughts, remembering Krishna at all the time. Somehow or other, we have to practice. We never want to uh, forget him. That's the process our Acharya has given. So we need to keep ourselves busy in those activities throughout the day. And I know that every one of you has to work, but at least find some time. Nobody can read your mind. In the back of the mind, every hour at least, make some point that every hour I will remember Krishna or just chant one mantra or something. You can derive your own formula, but we have to practice. And if you chant one mantra by sitting, your boss is not going to notice what you are doing. So that's a wonderful. So with those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful devotees. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become jubilant, happy, stress without stress any. They can live very peacefully if they can follow this process sincerely. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavi who every day join and give their kind support from Cartondale, from Houston, from India, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Austin, Alachua, College Station, Tempe, Phoenix, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland, Dhaka, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, New Delhi, St. Louis, and also today um, Jennifer joined from Hillsborough, North Carolina. And I don't know from where, I think Nidhi Gupta also joined from India today. So welcome again. Uh, yeah, also today, Rico Eli also joined that I didn't mention. And Murli Manohar Prabhu also joined very early. Wani Prabhu also joined. So forgive me that I didn't mention that earlier, but we appreciate your presence. So thank you very much. May Krishna bless us so we can always stay busy with remembering Krishna. Somehow or other, we have to engrave our life that we can remember Krishna. He is so kind. He always wants to protect his devotees. And that's the reason, no matter whatever pieces of life we may get, but Krishna always accompanies us. He is waiting for the moment that we can turn to him. And he gives himself. And he even becomes controlled by his pure devotees. So Krishna is so kind. As long as we will maintain the shelter at his lotus feet, our life is always successful. We should never feel any anxiety in our life. No fear should be there in our life. As long as we will chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra very attentively, sincerely. And here is syllabus wonderfully. So it can go in our inner core of our heart, where we have accumulated ignorance, illusions, and misgiving for many, many lives. And once we enlighten, then we can easily figure it out. Oh, this is, I shouldn't do this thing, right away. Krishna will protect us. even if we get allured by those uh, material attachments. So thank you very much. I do not want to take a lot of your time. It's 6:59. Everybody has to do, and